Adrian, a proud scholar known for his vast knowledge, had traveled far to meet the wise philosopher Adonis. His reputation preceded him, and Adrian was eager to demonstrate his own brilliance. He had heard of Adonis's wisdom, but he believed his intellect could match any philosopher's teachings. The sun was low in the sky as Adrian entered Adonis's humble home, his steps echoing on the wooden floors. The room was quiet and filled with the scent of incense and old books. Adonis sat cross-legged on a mat, his calm presence immediately contrasting with Adrian's anxious energy. Without a word, Adonis motioned for Adrian to sit. A small table separated them, and atop it rested an elegant teapot and a delicate porcelain cup. Adonis smiled gently, offering Adrian tea. "I have much to learn from you," Adrian said, settling down and folding his hands in his lap. "I have read many books, studied under various masters. I am eager to hear your thoughts on philosophy." Adonis nodded and began to pour the tea, his movements slow and deliberate. But as the tea filled the cup, he didn't stop. Adrian watched, bewildered, as the tea began to spill over, flooding the saucer and dripping onto the table. "Adonis!" Adrian exclaimed, his voice rising in frustration. "The cup is full. It will overflow." But Adonis continued pouring, the tea spilling in a steady stream. "Stop! The tea is everywhere!" Adrian cried out, standing now, his voice thick with impatience. Adonis finally stopped pouring and set the teapot down. He smiled, looking at Adrian with quiet understanding. "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and knowledge. How can you learn if you refuse to empty yourself?" Adrian stood frozen, the weight of Adonis's words settling over him. His heart raced, a mixture of embarrassment and realization stirring within him. He had come seeking wisdom, but in his pride, he had filled his mind with his own ideas, leaving no room for new thoughts. "What do you mean?" Adrian asked, his voice softer now, his earlier certainty replaced by humility. Adonis motioned to the tea-stained cup and the mess on the table. "This cup cannot hold more tea while it is already full. Similarly, your mind cannot hold wisdom if it is already full of your own thoughts. You must first empty yourself of the need to be right, of your pride in what you know in order to truly listen and understand." Adrian sat down slowly, absorbing the meaning of Adonis's words. The scholar who once prided himself on his knowledge now felt a deep sense of humility. He had been so eager to prove himself, to impress others with his intellect, that he had neglected the most important lesson of all. True wisdom begins with humility. Adonis poured fresh tea into the empty cup, and Adrian watched, finally ready to listen. He realized that learning was not about filling his mind with more information, but about emptying it of preconceived notions and allowing new insights to flow in. In that quiet room, with the gentle sound of tea being poured, Adrian understood the philosopher's message. Humility was the key to wisdom. Only then could he truly learn. And so, as the tea settled into the cup, Adrian embraced the stillness of his own thoughts. He was ready to receive what Adonis had to offer. True wisdom comes not from how much we know, but from our willingness to unlearn, to listen, and to remain humble. An open mind, like an empty cup, is ready to be filled with new understanding.